How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a phenomenal weekend. It is Saturday today. It's a little overcast, humid, but not too warm, so I am enjoying myself. And today I wanted to talk about this product right here, which is called No Rinse Wash and Shine. Wash and Shine. So they make this in a wax version, and they make it in kind of more of a just general wash / soapy product, and that's this one. And I've had both. I'm actually getting ready to reorder the wax one, which is green. But if you guys don't know about this product, what it allows you to do is clean your car in your garage. I mean, that's basically its number one perk, okay? I see a lot of guys that use these foam cannons, and that's cool. You know, if you want to take your car out here and you want to foam the whole thing down and then wash it and it's in the shade, it's going to be great. And I do suggest you do that every, I don't know, if it's really dirty, obviously, or at least maybe 3 to 6 months just to get off some of the oils and whatnot from the paint. However, in a car like this, you know, where I don't daily drive it, this product is perfect because all I got to do is lightly, and I'm gonna show you how I clean this car here in a second, but I lightly, use a 2 bucket. So here's the solution, here's the rinse bucket, and I just go over. Now you can see, like you can see here, there's some, I don't know if you can or not, there's some fingerprints, and right here, like this is a little dusty, and generally it's in good shape, it's just a little dusty. So this is when you wanna use wash and rinse, right? So I've done the hood, and you can see it's perfect. And if you do it right, you will not have any clear coat scratches, okay? And I've done the roof. So I'm gonna show you now how I do it. So this section hasn't been done. You can see here, I don't know how well it'll show up, but it's a little dusty. Black car shows everything, right? And I haven't done the door yet. So I'm gonna do basically this quarter panel down. And general rule, when I do clean cars, I do it in sections. That's just maybe common sense. But like if I'm gonna do basically the top, I'll do the windshield, the roof, the back, and that might be it, right? And then I'll come over here and I'll do the top of here, and then I'll kind of break this off here and do just the top of the car. And then I do that in a section, right? Because you don't wanna let this product dry. If it dries, it could have you to re-wet it and then do it again. It's not a big deal, actually. It's a really easy product to use, but in general, not a good thing to do. I'll also break this down into the top and then do the entire cover, or entire hood. And then here, I'll come back and I'll do the whole side and quarter panel down the car. So that's how I break the vehicle up. And I almost always wait for the rear of the vehicle at the end because it's typically the dirtiest part. I also try to save this side, like this quarter panel here. I do that right before I do the rear because that's oftentimes the dirtiest part. Just from the tires it kicks up. And then I'll do the wheels, which I'll show you next, and I use a product for that. So let me get into how I do it in my technique. But again, this video is majority talking about this product right here. You can get it on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description to it. But bottom line, it's a really good product. It's inexpensive. And this shit works. It really does. Look at it. This car is gonna look brand new. I didn't have to roll it out. I didn't have to worry about sunspots. I didn't have to get my hose and the foam and all that crap, and then have to deal with a dirty ass driveway. So it's really hard to beat. I will tell you this on the amount you use. So it's a little confusing reading the instructions. So let me get the lid off. This is a product that you really don't have to use a lot of to get good results. So all I do typically, especially like when the car's fairly clean already, is I'll just fill this up either halfway or all the way. I'll pour it in there, and then I'll just fill it up with hot water. That's it. I know, you could put more of this in, but in my experience, if you use too much of this product and you do a lot of cleanings like I do, I like to clean my car minimum once a week, it's going to cause the paint to fade. It actually could potentially strip the clear coat off. On my Infiniti Q50 Hybrid Sport about 5 years ago when I owned that car, it literally started wearing the paint off right here. So Infinitis generally don't have the greatest paint jobs, and that's probably the reason it maybe had a clearer or a lower clear coat. But in general, don't use a ton of this product. You don't need a lot. Just fill up a little bit of the cap, and I've always been good to go. Again, if you need more than that, then you're probably better off taking the car out and actually washing it with soap and a foam cannon or something. Probably not going to be the touch-up paint. Hey, buddy, doing a video. Happy birthday, by the way. How does it feel to be 3 years old? All right, I'm gonna go to the next step here in a second. All right, guys, sorry about that. Got to meet my incredible redheaded 3-year-old. She gets the red hair from her mommy, so very lucky man there. My wife is a looker, in my opinion. All right, so let's get back to the cleaning. So I've got my rag here, and I want to point out a couple of different points. First of all, I've divided it into fourths, right? Which means I've just folded it in half and then half again. And the way I like to do it, my technique, is pretty much standard, I'd say, across the board. But so right here, you're gonna start, and then right here, you're gonna go back and left and right and left and right, okay? And I'm really, really going light. That's the trick, right? I'm going really light. Now you can see here, it did pick up some dirt. So then, I'll fold it right here, okay? Oh, my son is not gonna leave me alone today. See, this is called toddlers right here. Sorry, guys. As I always do on my channel, I like to keep it real. I do have kids and I do have a life. All right, so again, I am just being super, super ginger about it. Really, really light. I do not wanna have any clear coat scratches on my baby, okay? So again, it's just butter light. Right, and you can see I'm picking up a little bit of dirt each time. Now, I'm doing this holding my phone, which is always fun. If I didn't, it'd be a lot easier. But here, I've got a nice clean spot now. And again, just going back and forth, nice and easy. You can see here, it's just leaving basically one layer. I'll come down, and you just wanna get nice, even strokes, and that's it. And you'll see as you get more and more, dust and grime and any dirt, and you want to go ahead and turn, okay, the rag until it's clean. And since you've divided into fourths, like you can see, I haven't used that spot yet, right? So you can just start again on a new area. The trick here is to just pay attention, enjoy yourself, and just really be light about it. This is again, you're not cleaning this car when it's dirty. That's when you use the foam cannon. You're cleaning it when it's just maintenance, right? When maybe you just haven't washed it in about a week, like I haven't, and it's a little dusty, okay? And I'm almost done with this door. The last little piece here I'll do is just on here. I haven't gotten this yet. All right. Now, when I'm complete with this little quarter panel area and side door, drop it in the rinse bucket, okay? I already have this, same thing. I wanna fold it in fourths, okay? So, easiest way to do that is like so. And again, really, really light. I barely put any pressure on the rag, okay? Because I do not want to scratch the clear coat, all right? If you don't scratch your clear coat, even though this is a 2014 car, it will look brand new, especially with the whole thing covered in PPF, which is paint protection film. So, check it out. That is, I'm gonna do the rest of it now, but you get the idea, and then I'll show you the next steps of how I clean my car. And this is called maintenance cleaning. This, again, maintenance cleaning. This is the caveat, but that's no rinse. You can see here, right here, I still have a little bit of extra. So I'm gonna go ahead. So you see right here, this spot dried. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna have to redo that particular quarter panel again. But everything else is looking really good so far. So I'm gonna go finish up and I'll report back. All right, just finishing the last quarter panel here. Again, just being really light. And you could feel it, when the paint catches it, if there's any dirt or debris. Again, if you're paying attention. One of my favorite parts about it owning a nice car, this is an Aston Martin Vanquish, is the fact that you get to clean it, It's not just about driving it. It's really nice to just, get your hands on it and appreciate the art of it and the craftsmanship. And every single time I detail, any of my cars, frankly, but this one especially, I always notice a new feature of the car, something the engineers put in. Like, here's a fun one for you that you guys probably don't know. I don't know if this even comes across on camera, but this wing, look at that. You put your whole hand through it. That is just how it's designed from the factory. Oops, got a little bit of dirt right here. See? Nice and clean. Again, I'm just being super gentle because I do not want to cause any scratches if I can avoid it, okay? So it's just kind of a fun design feature of the Vanquish. It has this built-in wing, and it's an open piece. And what's also really cool to detail as far as the Vanquish is, not to get on a car review here, because I've got one on my channel if you want to check it out, but this is a fully carbon fiber car. The entire car is carbon fiber. This is carbon fiber. The doors are carbon fiber. This is exposed carbon here, exposed carbon here, exposed carbon here, carbon. The whole hood's carbon. The quarter panels are carbon fiber. So it's literally the entire car, which is one of the reasons why it was so damn expensive MSRP wise. So, oh, I just noticed something. You see that right there? So that is either a rock or potentially PPF film. Might need to get a little bit of a more abrasive chemical, but I just wanted to point that out. It's a really fun part about cleaning this car is that the whole thing is carbon fiber. And I don't know if you guys have ever cleaned a carbon fiber. I'm sure most of you have, but it just feels different. It's not like cleaning aluminum panels or steel or any of the other things your vehicles are made out of. So when you push on it, just has a unique spring feeling and everything. But there you go. I mean, I haven't done the wheels yet, and I'm going to show you how I do those, but no wash and rinse. This thing looks pretty freaking good, right? I mean, it's about as mirror shine as it gets. So now I'm going to do the wheels, and I'm going to show you the products that I use for that. And I like to call it, now it's called going to the office, because I actually have a chair here. I like to sit down. I like to really get into there, get into the spokes, get inside the wheel. So that is additional favorite part. Now, a lot of guys will use this, and I'll use this on my Tesla and stuff, the P100D. They'll use this product right here, just because it's quick. But if you're really wanting to do it right, you're gonna wanna pick up a product like this, which you actually lay on with an applicator pad. And the applicator pad is around here somewhere. I'm gonna grab it, but you wanna use that because it will not, especially when you go fast, this will just shoot off. And what it'll do is it'll cause streaking on your quarter panels right here, and then oftentimes right here and here. So this is a better product. So I'm gonna show you how I put this on now, and it's gonna clean up really nice. Then we're gonna do a little bit of the inside of the vehicle, and we'll call it a day. I'm officially back at the office, my office, the office I really like to go to. Not that I don't like where I work, but this is how I do my tires. So I use the same rag, make sure that I rinse it really good. I flip it to this side, and then I start on the outside wheels of the tires. And I like to go about 2 inches inside the tires so it really gets that nice, clean, look when it's finished. Because oftentimes, you'll have road dirt, dirt from the road and whatnot. So again, I'm getting off the product that I used last time and just making it look nice and clean, okay? So then I switch it, and then I start on the inside of the wheels. And again, I'm using the same technique here that I do on the inside of the cars. This is also a high gloss paint on this particular, manufacturer's tires. And, if you got some really nice Vossens or HREs or something, again, you want to keep them nice. You can scratch them up just as easily as your paint, oftentimes, unless they're made out of forged materials and whatnot, which most of them are, but still, they come with coatings and all kinds of fun gloss sheens nowadays. And, you just want to be really nice. Now, I start on the outside first before I work my way to the inside. And one of the things I really always pay attention to when I buy a car these days is I always try to look at the wheel and figure out if I can get my fingers inside all the little nooks and crannies. Because if I can't, it drives me crazy. There are, other products that can get in there, like brushes and stuff, but those brushes are never as gratifying, right, as your hand. And then I'm moving on here to the red brake caliper. I really try to pay attention. I try to get in there to all the little areas, where there's extra brake dust. Now, these are carbon ceramic brakes that come with the Vanquish. They're stock, so really it's not a big deal on this particular vehicle, but gosh, on some of my race cars I've owned, like the Viper had bad issues with that. It had the ZL1, especially if you really got on those brakes, used to spray pretty good. Lots of cars, frankly. The Vantage I had. So, if you're on the brakes hard, you're gonna go ahead and cause some dirt to build up in the car. So that's pretty much it, and then I'll show you the final step once I put on the... Okay guys, so the wheels are all done, nice and shiny. Again, this product doesn't necessarily use a lot of excess goop and whatnot, and if you want to have that extra sheen, just do another layer, which I actually probably am going to do one more layer after this one dries. Last piece here is I used the, basically my clean rag, or the one that I use to dry the car, and then I open the doors, and again, same thing. I don't even use water typically on the insides. I just... Oops, looks like we got a little scratch here. Have to work on that. But I just come in here and just kind of get all the dust off. And again, this is only on a maintenance clean, right? Again, come in here. I might put some leather conditioner on it today. Just get the, just get the door and then we're done. On the inside today anyways, and then sometimes I'll put leather conditioner, but I only put leather conditioner on a little while ago. Although, I actually started to notice that it's starting to get like this piece right here. So I'll probably put some leather conditioner on it today. If you guys have ever seen the inside of a Vanquish, this is a top spec herringbone carbon fiber. It's got the quilt stitching pattern. It's got the suede headliner. I mean, it's pretty much doped out. And then the engine, again, a lot of guys don't clean engines when they work on their cars. I still never get that. That's, to me, is the damn near than the wheels, the best part. So I'll just come in here and kind of get the excess dirt off of it. Come in here with this slightly damp cloth and, just come in here and clean it up. That way it keeps looking nice. And then again, you have the exposed carbon fiber hood. I told you the whole car is carbon fiber. So kind of come in here and we'll just do this. Now, the last step, and the thing that I do absolutely last, is I will get the bugs off the front. And there shouldn't be too many of them, but there is a few. So on this particular, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your wet rag, okay, and you're gonna wet it really good and make sure that it doesn't have any dryness to it, and that'll help the bugs just pretty much disappear without causing a lot of scratches. So that's pretty much it. This has just been a nice little maintenance clean on the Vanquish. I do highly recommend no rinse, wash, and shine. It's a great product. It's so nice not to have to worry that if it does rain or doesn't rain, don't have to worry about sunspots. I can take my time, go quarter panel by quarter panel. So there's two different versions of it. You can get the wash, you can get the wax. The wax is a green bottle. So I hope that was interesting, or you guys learned something about how to detail a car, or at least how to do a maintenance wash like this. And I really appreciate you guys watching my content. Please subscribe. We're well over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube right now, and about 3,000 on total in all the social networks. So really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. It's been so much fun to get to know you offline and through messages and all the different things that we're able to do together. It's great. So here you go. Here's the final, I guess you could say, money shot, or one of the money shots on an Aston Martin Vanquish. So if you guys have any questions about no rinse, I'll try to answer it. If you guys want me to answer any questions about the car or whatnot, I'll do so. Talk to you later. It's good to see you. Laters.